bro, I binged that whole season in one day. The script writing is really good. The dialogue is very good as well. The artwork was just it's beautiful. A great tribute to Steve Ditko. Something so simple but yet so delightful. It was delightful to watch, bro.
We're fans of movies. We're fans of
Exactly.
storytelling. We're fans of being lost in the world. The world's an ugly place at the moment, in my perspective. I feel a bit basic sometimes because the world can be very ugly, but if a movie can take me out of that, how did that make me feel? If a movie can get me inspired,
It's such a good film, bro.
such a good film.
Like, it's
Such
one
a
of
good
those
film.
that are stuck with me for life, bro. And doing a sequel, I don't know where they're gonna go with it, bro. Honestly.
What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out podcast. It's been a while, it's been a minute. Us brothers have been busy, but we are back. We've got loads of news, loads of stuff to talk about. So much has been happening in the pop culture world, in our world, and all that stuff. Guys, check the description as always. The timestamp is there. You can take a look at the topics and the news that we're going to be talking about today. And you can just skip to any part of that based on what you're interested in and whatnot. But we are going to start off with the news because there's been a lot going on. News and stuff that we've been like that we've watched and stuff. We always base it around what made us happy, what got us hyped, right? So that's how we start off, and then we kind of finish off with stuff that we watched. But on that note, well, before that, guys, as usual, please do like, share, and subscribe. The subscribers on YouTube has been smashing it in the last month. So
Yeah.
shout outs to you. Thank you so much for all the new users and everyone joining the channel and getting involved with what we're doing. We got the breaking news and stuff coming out. It might not necessarily be first, but we'll make sure to the best of our abilities that it will be accurate. If there's anything like rumors and stuff, we won't really put up, but anything that's been confirmed or whatnot, we'll put it up as breaking news. So if you want to know, your source of breaking news in the pop culture world, check out the Brothers Geek Out podcast. And everything, all the breaking news that we post on the channel, we're going to talk about on the podcast and actually give our thoughts and then get into more details on it. All right. On that note, let's get into it because there's a lot to talk about. First of all, Kibbs, I believe you went to Mickey 17 premiere about 2-3 weeks ago. How was that?
That was really
did you
good.
watch the movie and how was all that experience?
Yeah, I did. That one I had the time to sit down and watch the movie. Shout outs to Geek House Show for the invite. Brother Hassan, I gotta say, always hooks me up. So he took me as his plus one. We did get the multimedia screening, but I've already seen it, so I'm not gonna go watch that. Usually I'd be bang on it, but it's like prioritizing timing and good content at the moment now. But
maybe you could send
Mickey 17.
Else.
It'd be all right. It'd be okay.
Yeah,
it should be fun.
I don't know,
I'll give it a go.
There might be someone else that might want to watch it, like what Yakub or Ash or something, and see if they want to go.
Actually, you know what? I'll see. I think it's a Monday night thing. Let me see. I'll check. I'll double check and go from there. But other than that, it's a good movie, man. Good movie. It's like you're craving to see something different. It's a space science fiction, political kind of drama, movie. You're talking about a human. It's like related to real world stuff right now, bro. You got the human race trying to go colonize another planet where it's already got a living species on there. So it's like very
I
good.
didn't realize it'd be that deep. Like almost the trailer almost
deep.
looked like almost like a comedy-ish.
No, that's right. That's right. There is. I mean, Mark Ruffalo plays a very eccentric kind of president, senator type of guy. I know who he's playing. And I think that's why he chose that role to kind of embody that character. Shout out to Mark Ruffalo, man. I shouted out, I love him. And he said, I love you too.
Wait. So he was there, right? He was there. Him,
yeah. The whole cast was there. The whole cast, their director as well. I gotta say, man, like
love for Ruffalo. Sorry,
yeah,
I gotta say love for Ruffalo. He's always spoke out for the people. Always spoke out for the people of Palestine. Love that dude.
Exactly. But I gotta say, he might. Forgot his name now.
Patterson. Robert Patterson.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson. I gotta say, surprises me in every role that he plays. Like he really throws himself into the role what a really, really great actor that he is. Uh, and the voices that he does and the way he portrays, he's really good, bro. Very good in this film. It's a good film. It's a good film. There are some moments in it where you're like, like there's always what story or what meaning do you take from a movie? But other than that, like for me, it's like pure cinema joy. It's like science fiction. You got a bit of comedy in there as well. You got a bit of seriousness in there as well. Uh, and it's like something that it's weird, bro. Like I really enjoyed it. And it's like we don't get we're so fixed on, the big superhero stuff and all the other extravagant action movies that are coming out that we forgot some of the art house movies and creative movies like this that come out and it's like, oh, you know what? That was actually a really good watch. Like this movie needs an audience to watch it. I think it's got an amazing cast and yeah, definitely something I really enjoyed. Something I needed, bro. Like kind of refreshing to see that in cinema. Uh, like the more as I said, move away from some of the mainstream stuff, the movies like this is stuff that I've always enjoyed. We've always enjoyed science fiction and fantasy. This is it. You know what I mean? Uh, yeah, I'm just starting to enjoy films again. That was a good film to watch, bro. Definitely. Like if I, had the Cineworld card and the rest of it like we used to, that's one of those movies I'd definitely go watch. You know what I mean? So one to check out, guys. If you want to see something different, science fiction, fantasy, fun, check out Mickey 17. It's good. I mean, Tony Collette, Mark Ruffalo, Robert Pattinson. You know what? Let me give a shout out to everybody, man, because I maybe not sound enthusiastic, guys. It's only because I'm really tired. Uh, but it is a really good film. It's a good, fun film. And I suppose the reason why it related to me more is because of how the human race are in general. You've got a certain section of how they are. So it had that real world reality to it, but then it had its science fiction element to it, which was really good as well. And as I said, Robert Pattinson really, he plays the part, man. The guy's a good actor, man. It's insane how good he is. Naomi Aki, Sean Yeon, uh, Holiday Granger, I think Granger, and Mark Ruffalo and Tony Collette. This one's directed by Bong Joon-ho, who did the movie Parasites. Uh,
Mm.
so it's really interesting, like intricate. It looks basically, you know what I worked out? It's an anime movie, like it's anime translated into a movie. It's a project that he's always wanted to do, and he's got to do it, and it's beautiful. So it's good fun, definitely. I enjoyed it, but I'm going through a phase where I want to see different things in cinema now.
Yeah, the premiere
Yeah.
is early because the movie hasn't even, like the premiere we done a couple of weeks ago. The movie don't come out till what, April or something, right?
No, mid March.
Mid-March. Still a very early premiere. Well,
Mm,
I'm glad you got the opportunity to experience that, which was awesome. And getting to kind of be there with the stars is kind of like being like a regular thing with you. Shout out to Geek House for inviting me
mm.
for that as well, because that's pretty awesome. Okay, cool. I think I might, I mean, March Ramadan's going to be it's going to be Ramadan this week. So Ramadan to Kareem, everyone.
Yes,
So I don't
Ramadan
know.
Kareem. Yes,
I
that's
don't know.
right.
I don't know if I'm going to go cinema and stuff like that, but we'll figure out. But I feel like this is a movie I definitely want to watch, and I'll get into. Cool. Changing the tone a little bit. Should actually start with this, man. Breaking news. We lost a legend. We
Mm.
lost a legend in Gene Hackman. It's really shocking when we heard that.
Yeah,
But basically,
same.
Gene Hackman and wife Betsy Arakawa were found dead in Santa Fe home. Oscar-winning star of, like, he's a legend, man. French Connection,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Unforgiven. We know him as Lex Luthor in Superman. Even their dog died, right? Which made it seem
Yeah.
suspicious, but it could have been like someone mentioned it in one of the groups, like a carbon dioxide sort of thing, like a poison, accidentally gas leak or something like that. Um, but Gene Hackman, a two-time winning Oscar winner, The French Connection and for Unforgiven, and French Connection, and his wife, classic pianist Betsy Arakawa, were found dead Wednesday afternoon in their Santa Fe NM home. I'm not sure what that is. The office of Santa Fe County Sheriff Adnan Mendoza confirmed that their deaths to variety after midnight Thursday. There is no immediate indication of foul play, per authorities, though the sheriff's office did not want to immediately provide a cause of death. Gene Hackman was 95, Arakawa was 63. Now,
Wow.
it's 95 is amazing, but like what's shocking or what's a bit, upsetting is that he it's the way it happened. Natural death
Yeah,
at
yeah, yeah.
95, cool, man. Like amazing life. And we're gonna go through a catalog of movie, but just the way that happened, like that, it's just like, you know what I mean? Like that's a bit sad. So condolence to him and his family. But listen, man, guy he was on Lex Luthor in Superman, right? Superman
Yeah, yeah.
2, which
Always,
is probably
always.
one
Yeah.
of the best comic book movies of all time. I mean, just talking about our
Yeah.
world, but he was in, like I said, he got the Oscar for Unforgiven and French Connection. He was in like Heartbreakers, which was hilarious. He was in Enemy of the State. He's Get Shorty.
Hmm.
Bloody hell, the list just got like there's a long list I'm just going through, but there's so much movies that he's just a legend in everything, like in so much that he's done, so much work that he's put in over the years. I mean, 95 years old. I mean, Young Frankenstein.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, he was the guy who was trying to get. He was the blind guy who was giving food to the Frankenstein. That scene there, and he
yeah,
just kept on messing up and thing, bro. I was
yeah,
joking.
like dropping shit on him and everything, burning him and whatnot. Look,
Yeah.
the list goes on and on. A bridge too far. The list goes on and on. I didn't want to read through the whole list, but I'm just looking at a never-ending list of this
Mm.
guy's of Gene Hackman's, legacy of work, man. I mean, another legend. It's just shocking that the way it happened, man. Again, you kind of like, as soon as I read it, I suspected foul play, but then,
Mm.
it's kind of like. I mean, you never know. Let's see what the reports say, but it feels like some sort of gas leak. It's like Crimson Tide is another one that it was in. Yeah, man, it just goes on and on. No, a legend. That was a bit of a shocker. That was a bit of a shocker, I have to say, man. Um, yeah,
Yeah, no, because
the
it's all of a sudden, right?
mm,
It's one of those things where it's all of a sudden, and you're like, oh man, hold up, man. Like when I read it first, bro, I was like, that's suspect.
yeah,
Dog as well. I was like, suspect. There's something wrong there. Some foul play. But that's just me, my conspiracy theory mind. But look, condolences to friends and family. We lose a legend in the game as well. So rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. Honestly, honestly, yeah. It's all we
rest
can
in
say. I
peace,
mean, we
King.
can't speculate. Everybody's going to talk shit.
Mm,
But again, he leaves behind a massive legacy. He's got friends and family that are going to dearly miss him. For us, the comic book community, he played a big part in bringing Lex Luthor to life as well. I mean, it's the first time I saw Gene Hackman. If we
mm,
speak to Dad, he'd be like, he's probably was Young Frankenstein and other movies like French Connection and stuff like that, which are great films, bro. He's a great actor. You know what I mean?
yeah,
He's one of those guys that has great range in what he does, and he's been in the industry for so long. So he like legends like that create stepping stones for other actors. So rest in peace, man. Rest in peace.
rest in peace. 95, amazing, amazing age. Just a shame that the way it happened, man.
Yeah.
It would have been like a bit more. Actually, I don't even know how to put it in the right words, but natural death would have made more sense at
Hmm.
that age. And you never know, could have gone up to 100, man. My guy seemed like he was beating time, bro, living till
He was, yeah. That's
95,
what I'm
man.
saying. The
Rest
other
in
thing as
peace,
well,
man.
like that crossed my mind, and without being disrespectful in any way, could be suicide. They both made a
Well,
decision to all go together. But I'm just that's.
yeah, let's not even say things. Let's wait till any reports come out. But main thing, rest in peace, condolences to
Mhm.
his family, man. On
Exactly.
I saw something else as well. I mean, not nothing like, how do I put it, man? With all respect, there was Michelle Trachtenberg. She was like in Gossip Girl and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I
Oh
recognize her
my
face,
God.
which is why
Yeah.
she passed away at the age of 39.
39.
Yeah, the
39.
actor best known for films and television roles, including Gossip Girls, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She dies at 39. She was found unconscious and unresponsive Wednesday in her Manhattan apartment, according to the New York City Police Department. According to the New York Post, which first reported the news, she had recently undergone a liver transplant. Trachtenberg cause of death has not been confirmed by the NYPD, said criminality was not suspect. So I don't know. I mean, she had a liver transplant. The liver, man. Look, I don't know, but the only time I've ever heard of people having liver problems is heavy drinking, right? So I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if there's other causes and stuff like that. So I have no idea about her past or whatnot. I'll be honest with you, I recognized her face and I was like, oh my God. And I saw 39. I was like that's my age. Like she's young.
That's what I'm
And I
saying.
remember from Bucky's Bam. So rest in peace to her and condolences to her family. Rest in peace. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, it's not foul play or whatnot because that's just horrible. But we'll wait and see what the reports say. But rest in peace to Michelle.
That's horrible because
Uh,
I saw that post as well, and I'm like, wow, man, so young, so young. Rest in
yeah, I
peace. Yeah,
know.
rest in
Rest in
peace.
peace, man. So young. We can listen, man. We got to take care of our health. I keep telling everyone, man, this year I turned 40, right? And it's
Mm.
like my body realized, oh, it's 2025, you turned 40. My body's reacting different, bro. I'm telling you, man, if I didn't work out or eat healthy, I'll just explode. Because, bro,
Mm.
all my life I wanted to be 60 kgs. But my dream has come true, but it's not a healthy 60 kgs. Like the belly just doesn't go anymore. The belly fat doesn't go. Like I'm like, what? Like, bro, I'm not even joking. Before I went to London at the end of 2024, 1 week of
Mm-hmm.
training, 1 week of clean diet, boom, I'm back to my fighting weight class, 50, 57, 58 kgs, everything's ripped. Come back to Dubai after my London trip 2025 now. Immediately, bro. Like the body's not reacting the same way. I don't go under 60 kgs. I'm strict diet, all that sort of stuff. Don't go under 60 kgs, working out hard, the belly fat's still there. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like the only thing so that's why I'm incorporating the fasting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Because like that's the one thing I saw that worked, but I need to incorporate that in my life. But anyway, just what I was saying, we have to be healthy, and I'm taking it even serious. Like I'm adding like long form fasting. I do intermittent anyway, but long form fasting into my routine. But yeah, guys, just keep it healthy out there. And it's sad, but let's move on. You haven't seen this yet, and we'll do a review, I guess, once you see it. But Captain America: Brave New World came out in cinema a couple of weeks back. Went to the premiere in Dubai. Just want to give you my quick thoughts on it. Now, the movie did apparently, it didn't do amazing, right? In regards to box office, there was a lot of boycotts behind it. We spoke about this as well. I can understand if people want to call us hypocrites and whatnot for watching it and doing a bit of, when I say promotion, just like posting on our Instagram saying,
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
the premiere and stuff. So I can understand that and won't even argue against that. I know you haven't seen it yet, and whatnot, but there was boycotts against it because there was a Zionist terrorist on there. I'm gonna say it straight. I don't give a fuck. The movie, right? It wasn't as bad as people say it is. I don't think it was shit. I think there was like I'm not a non-spoiler review,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
non-spoiler.
You know what, bro? Just
Okay,
spoil it because you know why? I know everything. Everybody's told me.
yes,
I
I
just
guess
need
it's
to
already
watch
out
it.
there. Well, we'll watch it and do a proper spoiler review. Okay, but this is a bit of a short spoiler review, guys. If you haven't
Yeah, yeah.
seen it and you don't want it to be spoiled, then just skip this part and
Come out.
whatnot.
Yeah, skip this part. Yeah.
Basically, from a storyline perspective, bro, it was weak. It was a merge of like Winter Soldier and Civil War. Winter Soldier with a little bit of that
Oh.
espionage, infiltration in the government type of thing, who's controlling the president, blah blah, who's trying to cause an assassination. Civil War in the sense of my friend Bucky being in Civil War, and in this movie being a giant. What's his name? Isaiah. What's
Mm.
the yeah,
Yeah, Isaiah.
him
Yeah.
being programmed or brainwashed to do an assassination attempt. Exactly the same thing as Bucky and whatnot. So it was a merge of those two stories, you know what I mean? So I was like, story-wise, very, simplistic, right? Nothing unique. However, what I found amazing about it was, a lot of closure, right? Got closure on
The celestial
Hope
being.
And what the celestial
Oh,
being
sorry.
being one, and adamantium, which was a big thing. So that got me goosebumps. That got me goosebumps. They finally introduced adamantium into the
MCU, yeah.
MCU, right? So
Yeah.
we don't know what's gonna happen. Obviously, they're looking to introduce X-Men and all that sort of stuff. So that's gonna be awesome. It's a bit confusing because I don't know if X-Men's coming from another universe or they're already there. Whatever. Adamantium's introduced. It's interesting, Again, world governments, Japan, France, they all wanted the adamantium. Interesting that they didn't pick on Russia or China to go get that resource. Hey, whatever. Maybe they're trying to make peace there. I don't know. Or maybe they didn't want to start that conversation. However,
Yeah,
about
yeah.
resources and whatnot, I feel like the Wakandans could have just gone in there and said, "Shut up, man. We're snatching this. Make sure you
Yeah,
leave
yeah,
it."
yeah,
So,
yeah.
because what exactly happened? They went to war and shit. That's the reason
Yeah,
why
yeah.
Wakanda didn't want to share their resource because you know what you guys want to do. Anyway, so there was that adamantium, exciting. We got some closure on Hulk. Yeah, and that celestial being, it was kind of weird. After 5, 6 years, no one ever spoke about celestial being coming out of the earth. So I'm glad that was finally addressed. The Hulk, the lead, was it the leader? Finally being addressed in this after since 2008, when the hype started and whatnot. So that was kind of cool. I wouldn't say that was amazing. He was there was a bit of, I don't know, I found it a little bit of cringiness to him. I don't know what it was. I feel like it was more of a Hulk movie than it was a Captain America movie. So maybe Hulk should have showed up. Maybe Ruffalo should have showed up. That's in my opinion. Like, I'm like,
Mm.
you know what? It's a Captain America movie, but I feel like there was more Hulk involvement, especially because of the leader and whatnot. So I feel like if anyone should have showed up, it should have been Mark Ruffalo. Spoiler alert, he doesn't show up. Bucky shows up in a short scene, and I'm just kind of like, okay, this movie kind of is a little bit about you in Civil War, right? So there's like, it wasn't even acknowledged, like in a sense that, oh shit, the same thing happened to Bucky. I'm going through the same thing that Steve Rogers went through with Bucky as I am with Isaiah.
Yeah, it was
Um,
Isaiah, yeah.
and then so that was like, oh come on, man. Like kind of the guy's right there, Bucky's right there, should have reminded you. Oh shit, bro, I'm going for the same thing. But anyway, Bucky didn't offer to help. I'm like, at least help the guy, man. Shit, like there's all this shit going on. Help him, bro. He's becoming some kind of senator or something like that. And I was like, okay, my guy tried to assassinate bare people, so they forgave him, put it that way. They're still not accept, like, still not kind of accepting a black Captain America, but they forgave him and he could be a House Senator and shit. So anyway, there's that. Um, I'm spoiling the shit out of it. But that stuff was kind of cool, like I said, the closure. The other
Yeah,
stuff that
yeah.
was cool, I'm not gonna lie, the action was awesome. And we got a red Hulk, we got an angry Hulk. I'm a
Mm.
Hulk fan. And to see an angry Hulk was amazing. I'm not gonna
Okay.
lie. Yes, there was Cap did have his struggles about, they mentioned the super soldier. He's like, man,
Mm.
he was just like, should I just fucking take the super serum? Like, because I don't know if I could do this without it, right? So the vibranium suit definitely helped. But when he was fighting and whatnot, I'm glad he is getting bossed up because you're not a super soldier. So
Yeah, yeah.
certain humans, right? If he didn't use his vibranium stuff because he's not going to kill people, he's getting kind of taken out or having a struggle and whatnot. But I'm like, yeah, that makes sense because you're not a super soldier. But against Red Hulk, he fully used his vibranium suit, which helped him obviously and saved him. But bro, I'm telling you, the action scene with Red Hulk, even though we didn't get much, it was really, really good.
I'll have
From a
to check that
Hulk
out.
fan, to finally
Yeah.
get Angry Hulk back in the universe and just to see him do some Hulk shit, you're like,
Yeah, yeah.
yes, yes. So
Okay.
those were my exciting things about the thing, and the movie was just so. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's gonna hit over 500 million. I think it hit nearly 200 million. I think the budget was like 170 or something like that. So I think it became a little bit profitable, but I don't think it was
Okay.
massively profitable. I think more to do. I think there was a lot to do with the boycott. I think so.
That and
That
you
character
still had a lot of racists that weren't on it.
and a lot of racists as well. It don't make sense. Like the racism stuff don't make sense. I think that was a great transition. It wasn't just like switching. 10-year transition. They done. I think that was a perfect way to transition it. It's
Exactly.
same thing in the
Exactly.
comics and whatnot. Listen, that Zionist character, fucking
Yeah.
pointless, bro. I'm not just saying this, bro, because I'm against it and whatnot, but it was fucking pointless. She's like 4'2", right? Butters, sorry, I'm saying it straight. Butters, so they're even easy to look at, right? And like some what Black Widow and just beating up big men. I'm like, this is like, I know it's the whole MCU world and shit like that. It was just so unrealistic. And every time I saw her, I was like, you're Butters, man. You shouldn't even be here. You're fucking Zionist terrorists, man. I don't give a shit. I'm saying it straight up. We've been blocked before. I don't give a fuck. So that did ruin it. I'm like, your character was so pointless. It wouldn't even matter if you were in the movie, right? So they should have just taken her out. But they won't do because obviously, Zionists and shit like that. So very pointless character,
Why
very
do they? Why
pointless
would they?
presence.
So do they actually say that she's part of the
Israeli.
idea for? Or they
No,
just say,
they mentioned she was born in Israel, but then they mentioned she's a Black Widow thing, so they don't bring up the whole Sabra bullshit anyway. And I was like, that's just
I'm actually
basic. Like,
surprised that they were going to bring this idiot onto the screen, not knowing, and
they
that's why they did the
know.
reshoot. They did the reshoots
Oh
because of
yes,
that.
yeah. They had. I mean, that
Because of
was
that.
part of the reshoots. That was definitely part of the reshoots. But it's so stupid. Like you know Marvel's being shit-ish on and off, right? And then you want to ruin this? I feel like, listen, man, this is just my opinion, but this whole DEI shit, which I still I have some things that I agree with, a lot that I don't, but I think they intentionally sabotaged it, right? So you have the first Black Captain America. I think they've done an amazing job with transitioning it over for 10 years. What's the best way to fuck this up? Oh yeah, let's just put her in it for some controversy, blah, 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 blah. Let's boycott it. People will boycott it. Oh, it's DEI. No one accepted a Black Captain America. Now, I mean, yes, there was a portion of people out there, but you know what? Other fans such as myself, listen, I watched it for free, obviously, and whatnot, but I don't think I would have paid for it. That's what I'm saying because of that. And she was pointless. I mean, like, she was pointless in the movie. I was like, you were rubbish. And I hope you don't show up again, honestly. Like, not just I don't hope, like, you are such a forgettable character.
Mm.
I mean, Black Widow, when she came onto the scene, a memorable character. You can't wait to see her more. This one was such a forgettable, and she had like a little hunchback and shit. I'm like, you don't pick the most butters, Notre Dame lookalike
Leave it,
fucking
leave it,
thing.
leave it,
I'm
leave it,
like,
leave
get
it.
out of
Don't
here.
get too deep,
Anyway,
bro.
I went too deep. I went too deep. My bad. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck.
But
Sorry.
everybody knows
What
it's
did
a pointless character that they put into there. Yeah, a lot of the people that have been speaking to me because I originally said this should have been a movie based on Sam's transition into dawning Captain America on a larger scale, on a bigger scale. You know, this guy, he's a human being that hasn't got superhuman abilities. He hasn't got super serum in him as well. So it would have been interesting to dig deep more into that, the mind frame of like, do I do this or not? Like you've got Red Hulk in the marketing, yeah. So people are expecting massive amount of Hulk in this film, which didn't happen. Uh, but
what was
shoehorning
your
all in.
now we spoiled it. What was your 30-minute preview that they
So
gave
the
you in
30-minute
the
preview was like a mixture of scenes, bro. I
Oh.
probably think it was like I thought it was the first 30 minutes, but I don't think so. There were scenes where he goes rescues some people in a church.
Yeah, that's the beginning, yeah.
Is that the beginning? Yeah,
Yeah.
and then uh, sorry, bro, hold up. Uh, and then the talk with President Ross about bringing the Avengers together, and
Mm.
then uh, him walking out after Isaiah did what he did, and that was it. That's 30 minutes.
Okay.
So it wasn't much. I feel like it wasn't much to even get me enticed. But you know what? That's the thing, and I'm gonna agree with you. The way they shoehorned that character in, like I would have loved to seen him and Watkins' relationship more because they've got banter between each other, but them two working together, and you've got the new Falcon into the new MCU.
He was good. I
And
didn't mention him. He was actually good. Very, very like charming, funny, young kid, excited. He was good. I actually liked his character.
so, like, he's like the Kamala Khan. Uh, what do you call it? A fish out of water. You know, the fan that becomes the hero. Uh, so I would have liked more of that. But as soon as I saw that scene and she was there, and I was like, oof, this is gonna put people off. This is just
It
gonna put
did.
people off.
Every time she came on the screen, I looked, I was like, shit, better say fucking terrorist. Sorry, I'm saying the word. I shouldn't have said the word. We're going to get banned again. Every time I saw her, I was like, buzz. It was off-putting. It was off-putting. So anyway, listen, the movie, it was affected, you know what I mean, from that perspective.
Mm.
So there's so many perspectives that just I don't know if you want to call the movie a failure. At the end of the day, if it was a little bit profitable, I don't know if that's called failure or success or not, or maybe just break even. I don't know. It's a shame. It's a shame. But it's not bad, though. I'm telling you, though, it's not bad. You cut all those stupid scenes out with her. That last fight scene, I don't care. That was sick. That Red
Yeah,
Hulk was sick. Was freaking awesome. I thought that was awesome. And the action scenes, what he does with the shield, he doesn't have a super serum, but he's got the ability with the wings, so he clearly understands that. So he's got these great abilities that he's able to do with the shield and his wings and everything like that. And his superpower is he's a human being. We
yeah,
started off with him talking to people, doing those therapy sessions with war veterans and PTSD and whatnot. That's his superpower. Steve
that's
Rogers
right. Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
have that. Even though Steve Rogers, we saw him try that in Endgames and whatnot. I think he was kind of showing love to Falcon because of what he done and
What he
whatnot.
was, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
but
exactly.
that Steve Rogers can't do that. That's Falcon's superpowers. You know what I mean? So Falcon's good at that, and they express that in this. I feel like again, I'm spoiling it. They spoil this a little bit in What If, because in What If you remember, Hulk goes crazy in the last season and he has a little talk with him, which kind of backs off Hulk. It's the same way he kind of calmed down Red Hulk in this. I just spoiled it, right? And had a little
Okay.
chat with him. So I was like, oh,
Oh,
you spoiled it. And what if? Why would you do that? Anyway, listen, that's Sam's superhero power. People might think that's stupid, but I really like that because it goes back to when we first met Sam Wilson in Winter Soldier. He was talking to people, trying to, that's his superpower. That's what he's always known. And that's why I think Steve Rogers, one of the reasons why Steve Rogers was like, yeah, you're the guy. You are
mm.
you know what I mean? I passed this mantle down to you because of who you are as a human being, and you'll try your best. Listen, man, because of the boycotts and whatnot, it's hard to say go watch it in cinema and everything like that because she's so off-putting. But I don't know. DVD
I'll have to
games,
check it out. Definitely, I'll check it out. I will check it out and go from there. Uh,
yeah. All right. Well, okay. Let's move on to something that was really, really exceptionally, really good, and I didn't expect it, which was Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. So, bro, this I put it on, yeah, and I was like, we'll see what happens. We'll see. Let's check it out. And first of all, I'm not an artist, but I definitely respect comic book art and the way it was drawn out. It's like Steve Ditko on the screen, right? Especially because the stuff that I'm noticing, like everything had a black shading, outline shading, like the
yeah,
jumpers are
yeah, yeah,
black,
yeah, yeah.
everything was like that. And I was like, and all the character design was old school Steve Ditko. It was just absolutely amazing. It does start, and spoiler alert, guys, right? It does start off with a bang. And you're like,
Yeah.
holy shit, this is it. The story, I feel like kind of get a little bit just kind of maintained. And then, man, introduction of certain characters, the whole MCU characters, a lot of Spider-Man villains. Boy, finished off awesome. Listen, every time Daredevil came on and they used the soundtrack, I was like, oh, this
Was
is
that
it.
was that Charlie Cox's voice?
Yes, yeah, it was Charlie
It
Cox's voice as
was.
well.
Oh,
Yeah,
sick,
how
bro. Like
sick was
I
that? So I'm surprised
so
they didn't
enjoyed.
use what's his name? Spider-Man, what's his name, man? Tom Holland's voice. They
Mm.
should have used his voice, I think, because there was a guy called Hudson Thames. Not
Yeah.
sure who that is, but Coleman Domingo played Norman Osborn.
Yes, that's
Listen,
right. He's wicked.
he was sick. Listen, I initially thought, listen, bro, I watched it and I was like, oh, Norman Osborn's a black dude. They turned Dr. Connors into a female black lady. I'm like, man,
No, Indian, Indian.
was she Indian?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, anyway, I was like, man, the anti-DEI people are gonna have a game with this one. The internet's gonna go crazy. Right? Let me tell you something, man. I don't know about Connors. I don't really care, to be honest, but Osborne was absolutely amazing. Actually, don't give a shit, like whether he was black or white or whatever. He was freaking fantastic in this, bro.
So good,
So
right?
yeah, it was so good.
I gotta say, like, for me, like all of that stuff didn't really matter. It was Peter Parker's journey, like, and the way it was, and how it's a different dimension to the 616 that we know of. You
But
know,
so almost so similar, right? I was like, huh? Is this
yeah.
game? Is that out? No, is it elsewhere? What? Like everything. I was like, what the hell? Like, but it was
Even
very good.
the cameos, the the links to the Slovakia court ruling, and all that stuff. Like, and it was like, oh my God, this is like, it's almost connected, but it's not. And I like the fact that it's not. It's something separate and different. Like, we didn't need it to be connected. And I think because you have that uh, disconnect, it made me enjoy it even more because it didn't make me want to say, oh, what is this going to connect to, and how is it going to connect,
Mm.
and blah blah blah, like asking like so many silly questions, and then you forget to actually enjoy it for what it is, bro. I binged that whole season in one day, half an hour
Oh,
episodes
really?
each,
Yeah, short
one
episode, but
day.
it's sweet.
Like I just chilled on the couch. It was one of those days where it was like, all right, you know what? I've got nothing to do. I've done whatever I can do on Monday, like proper busy Monday. And then Tuesday, bro, I just sat on the couch, cup of tea, watched every episode and enjoyed it because like the script writing is really good. The dialogue is very good as well. He's catchy. Uh, and just this is very good, bro. The artwork was just it's beautiful. A great tribute to Steve Ditko, uh, but just something so simple but yet so delightful. It was delightful to watch, bro.
Mm,
And I think
mm.
Marvel have come to a point now where animation, when it comes to this sort of stuff, works really well. And if they can, like, they've already started to ace it. Like, What If's good, but this was, my God, so good, bro. So good. Uh,
Yeah. Sometimes
just
you just need to go
consistent.
back to the basics. Like honestly,
Go back
like
to the basics.
what if was amazing season 1 and 2, and 3 was just a bit like whatever. Like this is almost like a what if story to me as well. Like
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah.
if Peter Parker was friends with Tombstone? What if Peter Parker got his Spider-Man powers from himself going back in with Norman Osborn? Like it was
Yeah,
awesome. Like that this was amazing. You know what I mean? Like the actual what
exactly.
if Carter we got and ended up being just I don't know, just off-putting. But no, I think Marvel could do a lot more Elseworld stories. I mean, why the fuck not? Why
Yeah,
not?
they need
Why
to. They need.
the like the connection's great, but you know what? You can do Elseworld stories too. And
Well, I think it's important that they do the Elseworld stories because, uh, what do you call it? Werewolf by Midnight, bro. How good was that?
amazing.
That was amazing. So that was the last Marvel presentation that they did, special presentation they did. And you need to bring that stuff back, man. That was creative, directed well, looked amazing. Like, come on, guys. Like, I think people need to work on that. Definitely. They need to work on that. They definitely need to work
Yeah.
on that.
Well,
But yeah, very good.
speak of
Yeah.
that, Punisher, man. Punisher.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's fucking go. My guy, bro. Look, my whole room's full of the Punisher. I'm the huge Punisher fan. And apparently it is going to be a special feature. I was
Yes.
reading about it. I'm like, hold on, is this going to be a show? Is it going to be a what? What's it going to be? I'm reading that it's going to be a special for Marvel and Disney Plus, which could be one of those. So I'm reading off where am I reading? The Hollywood Reporter. So the actor Jon
Hmm.
Bernthal, it's amazing Punisher. I love that dude. If you somehow meet him, man, tell him I love him. The actor will replace Frank Castle, aka anti-hero The Punisher, in a special of Marvel Television. The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed. Bernthal is co-writing the standalone special now in the works alongside Marcus Green, who will also direct the Disney Plus show. The Disney
Okay.
Plus show will air in 2026 alongside the second season of Daredevil, Born Again, which is currently shooting now as well, season 1. Um, Again, Born Again season 1, which will see Berthnell's appearance as Punisher, which is coming out next week. So, bro, when I saw that, you can't listen, man. You know me. I'm such a huge Punisher fan. I couldn't stop. It's what I want. I'm trying to say I'm
Yeah, yeah,
such
yeah,
a
exactly.
when you
Yeah.
get what you want. I mean, I want so much, but when you get the character that you want, the Berthnell character, it's like, please, just let's give us more. It's been too long. So happy.
Yeah, yeah.
So if they are doing a special, I mean, I'm not expecting that much. Like, I'm in the sense of like storyline and all that sort of stuff. Like, man, just make Punisher do some Punisher shit because that's what gives you
Exactly.
joy.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
that might be a cool special. And I would say, please, like, you have all the rights to characters, bring them in. Why not? Why not? I'm not saying that it
100%.
has to
100%.
connect to the MCU or has to connect to Born Again, and maybe it should, but maybe it could just be a separate Punisher mission because we saw the Punisher show, we saw he's connected to Daredevil, we saw his own show and whatnot. Cool, maybe just put him on a separate mission. add someone in there, be it Spidey or someone, just to kind of bring joy to it. You know, Daredevil or Deadpool, why not, right? But
Exactly.
that is going to be fun. And Bernthal being involved, I think he's really embraced his character. Everyone's accepted him as a Punisher. He does a great job, and I think he really
100%.
appreciates the Punisher because he has a big appreciation for law enforcement and war veterans and whatnot. So he
Yes.
emphasizes that into this character, which people don't really see Punisher. People see him as an anti-villain, he's a murderer, all that stuff. Okay, cool. But they don't see the PTSD. They don't see the war veteran that he is and how the system let him down, which is what the system's letting war veterans down now and letting them do horrible shit in the world for no reason, making them fucking them up and then messing them with their brains and not even helping them. They just let them be. That's why there's a lot of war veterans who are homeless and whatnot. So anyway, I think he embodies all of that and tries to emphasize it within the character of Punisher, which is what Punisher is, man. So super excited for that, man. Great. I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that one, bro.
No, same here, bro. Let's see how it goes. And yeah, man. It's happening.
Then,
It look. The
yeah.
thing is, I haven't been watching any more trailers from. I watched the first one that we reacted to. I think you reacted to as well. And I haven't. You know what? I'm starting to get used to not watching trailers no more, bro.
Agreed. I'm the
I'm
same.
starting to get
First
used to not
one,
watching
maybe
trailers.
second one. That's it.
Yeah, like TV spots, all the rest of them. I'm
Nah.
gonna stay away. I think because Marvel has been the worst with marketing, and I have
It
to
has
say
been, isn't it?
it's
The
been
spoilers.
horrible.
How, wait, this is my thought around this, right? How is it they only show you 30 minutes of Cat, right? But then in a TV spot, they will spoil, they said the adamantium. Did they spoil it for you in a TV spot? I mean, how are you only like, oh guys, we're only show you 30 minutes, so there's no spoilers that come out. But then you do a TV spot and then put adamantium in it. It's like, get the fuck out of it. You guys have been terrible with all of that shit.
Yeah, bro. Since Madness of
Multiverse Madness, yeah.
Multiverse of Madness, the spoiler record is horrible. So I'm gonna avoid watching. Like I watch first trailers and then after that I'm not watching no more because
Agreed.
uh, it's taken out the fun in watching and enjoying movies at the moment now, and Marvel movies especially because it's like, come on, guys, we're all coming to the cinema paying 20, 30 pound with guests and popcorn and the rest of it to watch this and to let me know I've seen all the best stuff in the trailer. It's not worth it. I'll just stay at home. I'll just stay at home. I'll stay at home. If that's what you want and you want more people on Disney Plus, I don't even have a Disney Plus. I'll just stay at home, bro.
Yeah, just watch
Just
the trailer. What you could do is just watch the trailer, watch a couple Instagram posts. You're like, oh, I think I got it. Like,
yeah, exactly. And
yeah,
that's the reality we've come to now is that I could go on TikTok or thing and somebody would break it down so well. I don't actually have to go watch movies no more. And I think that's a bit of a detriment to the industry as well. Because it's like, what can you do? Uh, why aren't people ain't going to see watch cinema? Well, you're paying, or it got all these influencers just ruining the movie, like the experience, the movie going experience. There was something that
oh my God, I
I
can.
think.
I wanted to
Go on.
bring something up. You just reminded me. I'm sorry, man.
Go on.
When I watched the Captain America Dubai premiere, bro, they invited bare random influencers. When I say random, I tell you why I know they're random influencers. Bro, there was two girls that were sitting behind. They were just looking at each other like this and talking to each other throughout the whole movie. I'm like, why would you invite them to a premiere? Why? They probably got some social media following, so you're like, oh, we gotta invite them. Like, what the fuck? Like what this is what I'm trying to say. Like I get it from a marketing perspective, but why are you going to invite people who are genuine, who are not interested at all that they're talking throughout the whole movie, literally looking at each other, having a conversation? And I'm getting vexed. I'm like, why, who the fuck would invite these lot? Probably got a couple
But
social
they got
media
numbers,
followers.
isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
some bullshit, man. You're ruining the experience for everyone, and you're so like you're showing that to fans, like you guys don't really matter. We're just trying to get the mass. Like I get you're trying to make money. I get it. That's
Yeah, yeah,
what's the
yeah, yeah.
point. But come on, man, invite fans, invite people who would genuinely have some geek out moments that could really sell it to the fans, man. Not these influencers to be like, I saw Captain America, it was great. 10,000 followers or 50,000 followers. Got bollocks to that,
But they
man.
don't even do that, bro. They don't even do that.
Bollocks.
There are people that are on, and this is not me. Like this is gonna sound like I'm crying. I'm not crying. Look, each to their own. They got their numbers. They worked hard to get those numbers. I'm not saying you didn't, okay? You're not a fan of movies. You take a picture. Some of the people take pictures and then they split home, bro.
Mm.
They'll do the red carpet stuff or the screening stuff. They wouldn't even watch the movie, they blur. And they'll say,
Yeah, they
yeah, it
just
was a
there
good
to take
movie.
a picture of the actor. Oh, I was here. I took a picture of the actor and stuff like. Listen, I'm not saying I wouldn't want to do that, but what I'm saying is like genuinely taking our time. Listen, I don't want to criticize or whatnot, but taking our time, breaking down the movie, giving our thoughts, recommending it, trying to get philosophical about it, like really
Yeah, yeah.
thinking about it, how it made us feel. You know, when we spoke about Mo season 2 and how that made us feel and how we feel that impacted the world and shit like that, you know. Um, no, sorry, it just came back to me. I remember how upset I was. I was like, come on, man,
No.
you know what I mean? But talking about Daredevil, man, I didn't even know Dubai had a premiere for the first 2 episodes. I'm like, shit, if I knew that, I would have reached out to the contact, man. I
So
wish he
what I was
invited
gonna
us.
say, what you should do is reach out again, drop a
Yeah.
message, just to say, like, I noticed that there was a Daredevil uh event that happened, which is fine, but I would like to be, if you could put me down on the listing for any other future events for Disney stuff, go from there. All right?
Yeah, and maybe I could ask her, is there a possibility of a digital screener? And then for those first 2 episodes, probably not in it, but I could ask her. What do you think?
Give it a go, bro.
Yeah, why not? I'll
Yeah.
WhatsApp her after later on today. Anyway, all right, cool. Sorry, was there anything more that you want to say about Punisher, whatnot, before we move on to the next Marvel thing, which was actually pretty awesome, which
Go for it,
was
bro.
Fantastic Four trailer. We've got our first
Yeah.
Fantastic Four trailer that came out a couple of weeks ago. I remember I was really hyped, and on their Instagram, Marvel's Instagram, they had like a whole countdown, like it was like a lift off, you know, a spaceship
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to. So they had the whole event was around that, and then they done a countdown. The cast came out, and they done a countdown and released a trailer. I mean, the trailer doesn't give away much, but it's pretty decent. It gives a very family valued sort of show.
Yeah.
It's got this retro feel into it. Obviously, it's based in the 60s or something like that.
Hmm.
But then we saw the thing and literally almost felt like the comic books put on the screen finally, which was absolutely awesome. And then also we saw Galactus. We saw Galactus, and that was, I mean, we saw his head, and that was enough to make me go, oh shit, that is amazing. So I don't know, your thoughts on the trailer, man.
Not really good. That is probably going to be the only trailer I watch. The fact that they gave away Galactus on the first trailer, I don't know if I'm slowly losing the love for it or not. Like, as much as I love it, it's like I'm not going to go cinema if you guys are going to keep doing it. Like, that's why I suppose I enjoyed Mickey 17 so much, because I only saw the one trailer, was interested to see what they do, and then really enjoyed the movie when I got to the cinema. Look, it looks great. I'm still not happy with Pedro Pascal playing Reed Richards. Uh, he's growing on me. I think he's great. I've got no qualms with him. I just didn't think he'd be my Reed Richards, to be honest. But we've had different variations of the character. So uh, I thought they would have stuck with John. I thought John was great. He looked great. Uh, but they went with Pedro. But it looks really good, bro. It looks like we're going to get in-depth, if you notice, like the key things, like Jack Kirby would be very, very proud and very, very happy to see the his creations would stand on the big screen. You know, it's Marvel's first family. Uh, the thing looks like how Jack Kirby drew the thing. If your Human Torch, when you saw him flying, if you notice it, he looks like the comic book drawings. He has this really comicness to him. So I'm interested to see where they go with this, bro. The trailer is good. I'm not gonna watch no more trailers. I think anything that comes out with Marvel, I'm not gonna. I'll watch maybe the first trailer, but I'm not gonna watch
Mm.
no more. And I'm not gonna do trailer reactions to them no more. I just feel like that moment will be stuck in my head, and I'll be like, oh, they spoiled that moment. They
You're
spoiled.
right. You're right.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I'm
wouldn't
trying
wait.
to think.
Like they give
I'm
away
trying.
all the cast members and stuff, and it was like, look, I'm excited. I am hyped, but my downfall is now is that we're seeing way too much. Like, remember when the first MCU movie came out, we didn't know much about it. It was Iron Man. Sorry, Incredible Hulk, then Iron Man.
The
These are like
Iron Man first. Then
Iron Man,
I'm
and
pretty,
then
yeah, yeah.
Incredible. Yeah, and these are like really. We didn't get much trailers for them. We had the odd one
I
or
can't even
two.
remember the Hulk trailer. I can't remember the Hulk trailer. I just remember the Iron Man trailer. The only part I remember was when he goes supersonic, and you're like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
oh
yeah,
shit, that looks sick, and that was it. That's all you need to
yeah.
remember. You're right. I think we need to make a pact, like between us. Like I generally don't I get excited for the first trailer, but then Thunderbolts, we've had like three or four, whatnot. It looks good,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying this is too many. And you're right. I think, listen, man, there's an effort of doing trailer reactions and whatnot. And I'm not saying that it's all about the views and shit, but we don't really get much views on those anyway. We get
Yeah, yeah,
more
yeah,
views
yeah.
when we do a trailer reaction to, like I say,
To another
independent
movie. Yeah,
foreign movies and stuff. So you're
yeah.
right. I think like we don't need to do trailer reaction to them. And you're right. I think I want to stay away from like after trailer one, that's it. No more like trailers. Like I'm not interested as much as I used to be.
No, same here. I just feel like they're just giving away way too much. That first trailer gave away already so much, bro. Yeah, maybe it doesn't look like it hasn't, but the fact that Galactus was in that first trailer, I was like, and the thing is, we know Silver Surfer's in here, so I know they're gonna ruin that in the second trailer.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
Yeah.
and their
Listen,
image of Wolf,
if this was the one and done trailer, I would have been amazing. But the fact that they've already given us Galactus, like what more, what else are you going to give us in the next trailers and TV spots and all that bullshit? So yeah, yeah, I agree. But I liked it though. I'm
the
not
thing
gonna
is,
lie, I liked it, bro. I
it
was
looks good.
hyped. I
Yeah,
was hyped.
yeah, it is good. It is a good trailer. We're going back in time as well, which is like a futuristic back in time, which made me think that it's set in a different dimension. And
Mm.
when Loki did something, they maybe connect that
Yeah, yeah. I was
and
gonna
then go
ask
from
that
there.
theory. What you think their theory is? Because obviously, if this is based in 616, we probably would have known about a big freaking alien coming over New York City, right? So
Exactly.
that's never been mentioned in 616. Or maybe this is in another dimension or another universe, basically.
Before they come over to us, basically. It'd be
Yeah.
interesting to see where they go with that. But I'm excited. I am excited, bro. But I just feel like Marvel marketing now is at its worst. Marvel's marketing at the moment is horrible. And it's like, who made the decisions to like just spoil everything?
Mm.
I think they shouldn't have announced the cast. That's the one thing. Announced the main cast. They shouldn't have announced that Galactus was going to be in this film because now you put a perception in their head. And this is me
Mm.
working like old school marketing because remember, bro, when we saw The Matrix, we actually went to go see. Remember, any given Sunday, was it you? Was you there?
No, I wasn't there. No, no, it was you and
I'll always talk about this
chatting
marketing
and
because I think it
someone.
was
Yeah.
I think it was the best marketing ever done in 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 history because really and truly, we all went to watch Al Pacino, Jamie Foxx, and LL Cool J and Dennis Quaid in a movie for any given Sunday. We were all excited to go watch that. We all went to the cinema. That screening had sold out, and then the woman said, "Oh, do you want? What about the Matrix?" We were like, "We've come all the way to the cinema. We might as well watch something." So she was like, "Why don't you watch? We've got Matrix, which is the next showing." I was like, "All right, let's go watch it, bro." I don't even remember seeing the trailer for the Matrix. I looked at the poster and I was like, "Bro, there's nobody on there. Who is in this movie?" It just says Matrix, and you can see the coding, and it said Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne. But we came out of that movie like, what the fuck did we just watch?
Hmm.
One of the best movies ever brought out in the last 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want that fun factor in cinema again. We're getting too many spoilers, so let's see where it heads to, bro. It's good. I'm excited. I am excited. Not on a downer, just very excited. Very excited.
Yeah, it will be exciting. It will be exciting. Well, look, sticking on to the comic book world though, Marvel and DC announced historical crossover that will be released this year. So DC and Marvel have announced that their comics will work together as a part of a new crossover event set to be released later this year. Although DC and Marvel remain rivals at the box office, with both studios releasing major reboots of like Superman and Fantastic Four this summer, the respective companies are working together to make history when it comes to their comic book output. appearing at Comic Pro, a comic book retail summit in Glendale, California on Friday, the 21st of Feb. DC's editor-in-chief, Mary Javins, and Marvel's editor-in-chief, CB Cebulski, confirmed that a new crossover event featuring characters from both universes will be arriving soon. Now, bro, I know there was one like 20 years ago or 30 years ago,
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
always wanted to get my hands on the Punisher Batman crossover, personally, but this could be exciting. You know, from a comic, forget the movies, forget all that shit, just from a comic book world, right? I think this will be exciting, man, because so much shit has happened in the world. These characters have evolved so much in the world of comics. Just getting them back for little crossover stories would be cool. I would love to see certain. If they do a Punisher one, you know I'm in. I want that. You know what I mean? So I want to get my hands on the old one, but I think this is kind of exciting. What do you think?
Nice. No, definitely exciting, bro. I love those ones. I think I've got some of the collections still, I think. I still got the issue one that they brought out. I can't remember the name of the company now. No, I keep saying Almanac. It's not Almanac. But not recently, I think it was like 2, 3 years ago. I remember having like issue one or two of Dark Claw, which is the mixture of Batman and Wolverine. And I said, all right, I want to get the other two issues. So I've got that finally finished now. So I'm gonna, you know what? I've been wanting to do this series on my Instagram page, which I'll probably upload to the Brothers Geek Out page as well, where I recommend good comic books and what to read and stuff like that. So I feel like with the timing at the moment now is I want to be able to give substance to what we do as well. So definitely bring some value to you guys. And I know a lot of you guys who watches are still not subscribed, man. So press that subscribe button, man, and don't chat too much. Get us to that 1,000, guys. But
We're gonna
yeah,
get
I'm
there,
looking forward to it,
inshallah.
bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it.
That'll be fun from a comic book world. I need to get back into my reading. I've got a few that I got that I want to read. Okay. Talking about more crossovers or just working together again. There's Spider-Man and Wolverine together again as a web and Slinks fly into new comic series. Two superstar creators, two legendary heroes, one blockbuster series announced earlier today when I say today, that was like last week or something, February 19th. At the Polygon Marvel's biggest icons and are teaming up again, once again, Spider-Man and Wolverine, a new ongoing series, bestseller writer and screenwriter, Mark Gunningham, and acclaimed industry talent, Kaya Andrews. So we got these two coming back together in a comic book series, which should be fun. I think that's going to
Nice.
be
That'd be good.
very
Definitely.
popular characters, just kind of bring some life again. And I feel like you can make these into animations in the future. When you kind of get these characters involved, make them into Disney Plus animations just like you did with the Spider-Man Neighborhood Spider, which was good. All right. Okay, moving away from the comic book world for now.
Mm.
Bro, it's happening, man. Goonies 2 is officially in the works with Steven Spielberg at producing. So Warner Brothers has hired
Ah, damn.
Poncirillo to write the script for the sequel. It was announced Friday, which was a couple of weeks ago. Almost 40 years after the original movie hit theaters back in 1985, Steven Spielberg and Christy Macasko Kengria and Holly Barraro will produce for Amblin Entertainment alongside Chris Columbus, who wrote the original Goonies script. Lauren Shulan Donna will executive produce it. There is no director attached to the sequel yet, and there is no plot or anything relevant. So we don't know if Josh Brolin, Ke Huy Quan, Corey Feldman, Sean Austin. I don't know if they're all coming back, but I mean, damn, well, there were so many rumors, right? And I was like, this is another rumor, but I just done a quick research, and if Warner Brothers announced it, man, so it's happening. Now, do you bring back the original? I mean, what are you gonna do with all these 50, 60-year-old men on an adventure? Hey, look at us, Captain, what's his name? Captain Willos or whatever his name is. That ain't gonna work.
One-eyed Willie's back,
But
bro.
yeah, so what do? You get a whole new characters, you get their kids, like what I don't know, man.
It
So
would be based on their kids, right?
I'm a little bit nervous, but it says sequel, which is always better than reboot. If you say reboot, you're like, fuck off, you lost me. But if you say sequel, I'm like, okay, get the old characters back. Maybe they could go on an adventure. There's a little bit of connection. So I'm glad it's not a reboot because you already would have lost me. So I don't know though,
Yeah,
man. Classic movie. They shouldn't have touched it, my opinion.
they should have. I'm gonna agree with you, bro. They shouldn't have touched that. They should not have touched that. I feel like ugh, they should have left it. Why are they doing that for, bro? Why? We don't need those movies. We don't need a sequel to it. It's a perfect movie by itself. Now you add something to the element to it, it could mess it up. Like, see, they did that with Ghostbusters. Uh, what else did they do? They did it with The Crow. Like, come on, leave it. Just please.
What was a
Like,
reboot though? That was bad. Ghostbusters wasn't too bad. Like the first one wasn't the Afterlife or whatever it was called wasn't too bad, and then the Frozen one was just terrible. You know what I mean? That's why I feel like the Afterlife one worked so good because it had the elements. It was connected. Um, but I don't know with this one. Yeah, this one's a tough one because this one's a kid adventure. You're not gonna have Josh Brolin running around at 60-year-old, with an Infinity Gauntlet or something. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like it. Yeah, it's tough one. We'll wait and see, I guess, though.
we have to wait and see on what they produce because I feel like at the moment now, nah, for me, it's sorry, please leave it alone.
Hopeless.
I don't think we needed it. We
Such a
personally,
good,
it's such a good film, bro.
such a good
Like,
film.
it's
Such
one
a
of
good
those
film.
that are stuck with me for life, bro. And doing a sequel, I don't know where they're gonna go with it, bro. Honestly, it has to be such a good script, but it 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 won't resonate with for the new people. Who are you gonna introduce to this? Who are you gonna introduce to this? Nobody's gonna be into this, honestly. I'm not a fan of it, bro. I've
Mm.
always wanted, it's amazing to see universes grow and stuff like that. And all I want is goodness from this, but no, it's not working for me.
Yeah, tough
It's not
one.
working for me. I just feel like, oh man, they could have done something really, just something else, bro. Honestly, they didn't need to do this. They did not need to do this. I'm not a big fan of it. Uh, and as you said, like, how good is the story going to be for it to connect to a new amount of new audience and connect to the older audience who absolutely adore it? Because that's a film I probably watch once a year, twice a year still. It's a movie that I genuinely put on because rewatchability. Now you add a sequel to that, unless it's like Back to the Future 2 or 3, I'm not gonna watch it. It's that it doesn't have that. I mean, what they're gonna work on with this, is that gonna be a nostalgia thing?
My concern is like, if you base it on this day and age, it's like, where's the excitement of a treasure map and this hunting for treasure? Where you just got TikTok, you got Google,
Tic
whatever
Tac.
roads or whatever. TikTok, you know what I mean? Like, oh, like take a left over here. Oh, I've seen an Instagram image. Someone's already seen. I don't know. Like, that's just my concern. When these 1985, you had a Kifu Kwan's character. What's his name?
Making gadgets, yeah.
Yeah,
Data.
with those cool gadgets, they were like at that time they're cool. You look at them now, you wouldn't say that's cool because you're gonna expect some laser beams and shit. But you got that little boxing bag that come up, slick shoes. You're like, this is the best thing in the world. But what do you do?
Exactly.
How do you replicate that now when you got fucking electric cars and all that? So it's just not going to. I
It's
don't
not
know.
gonna
We would
work.
have to wait and see. We'd have to. Steven Spielberg's behind it. Maybe there's something that he sees, like they can make happen. I don't know.
I
Um,
mean, it's a difficult one, bro. I've got to say it's a very difficult one because you're kind of thinking, you're gonna bring this back, and is it gonna have the same feel? Is it gonna give me that same feel? Because I feel like movies at the moment now, not because I'm being, uh, people maybe call me grumpy or something. I'm not being grumpy. I feel like I'm being more realistic. I think we've been more realistic with how we do our reviews and how we represent ourselves and what they mean to us. Like, these movies mean
yeah,
something to us. Okay, we
exactly
grew
that.
up. It means something to us. So some people say, "Oh, you guys just do reviews." We don't really, because look, man, you look at something like The Last Samurai is like a crucial part of our daily lives.
Crazy, isn't it?
You know,
Because
that's what I'm
yeah,
saying. Because
well,
I love it.
this is what we say when we do our movie reviews, like, reviews or when we talk about how it makes us feel. It's not about
Exactly.
criticizing it from a perspective of being in the industry, because we're not in the industry. I don't know how to make a movie. I don't know how to write a story. I don't know any of that. All I know is, how did it make me feel? How did these characters make me feel? How did the story make me feel? That's all we base our reviews on feelings, because at the end of the day, we're fans of movies. We're fans of
Exactly.
storytelling. We're fans of being lost in the world. The world's an ugly place at the moment, in my perspective. I feel a bit basic sometimes because the world can be very ugly, but if a movie can take me out of that, how did that make me feel? If a movie can get me inspired by a certain character, how did that make me feel? So that's what I'm saying. When people say you're critics, and I agree with you, I don't think we are. I don't know the word for no. We just review movies on based on how we make me feel. So I don't know what's the word. What, feelings? Feelings, guys. We're feelings guys, man. Emotional bastards. I don't know how to pull it. We're not critics. I won't criticize a movie because I don't know how to make a movie, so I can't criticize it. I can only talk
Exactly.
about how it makes
And
us
we
feel.
didn't study film. We didn't study film. And like there is plenty of like really good uh reviews out there that people see themselves as critics,
Hey,
and
look,
they explain things properly.
shout out to small time critics, because I think they're amazing at what they do, and the
Yeah,
way
yeah,
they do their
exactly.
reviews, absolutely amazing. And they got great vibe with them, and they break it down. And what's his name? Mo is just very like knowledgeable with movies and whatnot. It's absolutely amazing. Shout outs to them. I think they have a great sort of system and platform that the way they review movies. I just don't think that's us. Like that's not me or
It's never
you.
been us.
I'm not
It's never
that.
been us.
I'm not that cinema or movie intelligent. I don't have that. I have history of feelings, not history of knowledge, if that makes sense in any
100%,
ways.
100%. No, I know what you mean, bro. And that's what I try and say to people. Because at the end of the day, I'm still a fan who loves this stuff, but people actually would see us as critics. And it's like, okay, but now it's like it's more realism. It is what makes me feel. When I come at the cinema, I want to know what that movie made me feel. And
Yeah,
and that's just because
it's
of probably my old ass age. I just want a bit more meaning to what I watch, the understanding of what I watch. Does it give a positive message as well? I think that's
yeah.
more important to me now. Even if it's a cartoon, you know, there's that line from Your Friendly Hood Spider-Man is, with great power comes great respect. How do you flip such a great uh they flipped the script. They did that with Tom Holland Spider-Man. They've done it with this, and I love the
but
fact that you could take a new take on it. You know what I mean?
yeah, and it was a new take from a villain perspective, because he's a villain. You know what I mean? No, listen, man, I agree. Listen, same thing with like Superman, like and CGI these days. The reason why I don't comment on that shit is because I don't care about that. How did the movie make me feel? So I can watch Superman and watch him with his googly eye and shit, right? That might, it's not gonna bug me to say the film shit and the CGI shit. How did the movie make me feel? Did it make me feel
Exactly.
happy? Did it make me feel sad? Did it make me not feel anything? Then I'll say to you, no, I didn't feel anything behind it. So that's my
Exactly.
point, man. That's why I don't talk about the CGI and the Flash movie. Like, we defended the CGI. Like, I can admit it was basic, but how did the movie make me feel? Did it give me that nostalgia
It had
feeling?
a
Did it
good
give me that
presence
excitement?
to it.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, we're feeling critics. Fucking, we got too much.
Nah,
We got too
all
much.
good.
I think we got too much estrogen in us. Let's put it that way, man. We need to.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. Anyway, moving on. All right. Extraction gears up with a new TV series starring Omar Sly. So the already larger than life Extraction universe is expanding with a new series. Omar Sly, who we know for
Mm.
Lupin, who was also
Yeah.
in the French movie Untouchables. He was also in the new Killer movie. I really like him as
Yeah.
an actor. He's very cool. He's very calm. He's got this presence about him. He's just
Yeah.
like, what's the word? Like, he's just a cool dude, man. He's a cool cat or whatnot.
Very good.
Has
Very good.
been has been tapped to lead the mission that will get your blood pumping in eight heart racing episodes. So this will be a Netflix show. The Russo brothers are involved. We saw the action that we saw with the Chris Hemsworth's one. Absolutely fantastic, edge of your seat action, just amazing. This is going to be in that universe. This is exciting because I feel like, because extraction missions happen all over the world. It's not just one guy, right? So it's great to see that, and maybe they cross over in the future, which would be actually pretty cool. I would say that's going to be pretty cool.
That would be. That would
So
be.
The high-octane extraction films based on a graphic novel included novel Slid Ciudad, I don't know, by Andy Parks, Joe Russo, and Anthony Russo, exploring perilous searches and rescue missions around the globe. The new action thriller set in the same world follows a mercenary played by Sai, who's trapped between warring factions and ruthless killings. He has navigates a dangerous mission to save hostages in Libya. The series dives into emotional struggles and conflicts and flawed characters, each facing trauma, betrayal, and life or death choices. So I think this will be fun. The other one, Extraction, was so good. I have to. It's a fun movie, bro.
It
So I
is.
think
It
that's gonna
is.
be good.
I've enjoyed them, so definitely.
All right, Dungeons and Dragons live action series in the works at Netflix. So there's been a
Heard
few
about this, yeah.
variations and whatnot. A Netflix show might do it justice. I don't know. Variety has confirmed that the sources that the new iteration of the project is currently in development at Netflix. There have been previous Dungeons and Dragons series set up by Paramount Plus with a series order, but the project ultimately did not move forward due to strategic shifts at Paramount and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Who is this? Paramount, as well as the sale of Cole Studios, won by Hasbro. Hasbro Entertainment is also producing a new project, and it's going to be with the director of Deadpool and Wolverine, Mr. Levy, Sean Levy. So the series is currently titled The Forgotten Realms, named after the famous D&D campaign setting. Drew Carvello, who was previously attached to the showrunner of the Paramount Plus project, will serve as a writer, executive producer, and showrunner on the Netflix version show. Sean Levy will executive produce it, sorry, not director, along with Dan Levine via 21 Laps under the company's overall TV deal with Netflix. So, Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know if you're a huge fan of it. I've seen a couple of things. I didn't play the board game or any of that sort of stuff. Just kind of an entertaining show, movie. I
Yeah.
didn't watch the one with Chris.
I still need to watch because they said that was actually a really good film, bro. And the fact that it's been 2 years and I still ain't seen it, it's like, oh man, where has the time gone? So definitely want to check out. Everybody's screaming and they really enjoyed that film, they said. So I need to jump on it and go from there, basically.
All right, well, we'll see how that goes. All right, sticking on Netflix. Netflix Boards features adaptation of SoCap game Sifu with T.S. Norwin writing Chad Shaletsky,
Zelensky,
John
yeah.
Zelensky, 8711 banner joins the Story Kitchen as producer. So that game Sifu, bro, is actually reminding me so much of like a John Wick style sort of movie and whatnot, right? So the fact that Chad's involved in this, I do not expect anything but just amazing martial arts and just that theme of that tunnel, I don't know, like hallway fight scenes, club fight scenes, that John Wick sort of style, but in a traditional sort of kung fu sort of way. Now, this game has an adaptation of like every time he dies, he gets older. So I don't know how they're going to incorporate that in this movie. Maybe they don't do that or whatnot. But the style of game really suits the style of Chad and those John Wick movies. So I'm really looking forward to what they do with this. It's going to be a Netflix movie, I believe, or is it going to be a show? Netflix came on board feature adaptation. I think it might be a movie, but bro, this should be good. I think this. If you're fan of martial art movies, if you're a fan of the video game, if you're a fan of John Wick's, I think this will be awesome.
No, it looks good, bro. I saw that little it's Shifu, right?
Yeah, Sifu.
Sifu. That Amazon did for the animation.
Exactly.
And I really like that.
Secret level one.
Secret level, that's right. Which was really good, bro. So I'm excited to see what they do with this, definitely. So I'm very excited to see what they do with this.
Yeah, that's awesome that you've seen that because you don't even have to play the game to be like invested already. You're already invested with the character because of what you saw. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you saw that and whatnot. So that should be good. Sticking on to that sort of gaming crossover movie, Sleeping Dogs movie is in development, and we're hearing Shang-Chi star Simu Liu is set to play Wei Sun. So another game I never played. I know Ashraf played it based on I think in Hong Kong and stuff like that. But should be a fun game. I can't really speak much on the game because I haven't played it, but should be fun. Based in Hong Kong, you know, that sort of style of martial arts and gaming and storytelling and whatnot, Hong Kong gangsters and all that sort of stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, another game adaptation. To move on. Netflix raising prices in the US again, including first hike on ad-supporting tier. So I didn't bring this up, but this was news from a couple of weeks ago, right? So Netflix is already putting their price up, starting plans going up by $2.50 to $17.99 per month in the United States. It's crazy, bro. Listen, they're getting people with advertising. I think standard plan without advertising is raising by $2.50, going up to $17.99. I think if you want another plan, premium plan without advertising, but advertising is freaking annoying. So I can see how they get people. But listen, man, Netflix is dominating the market. I think they have flexibility to do this because, you know, there's loads of other streaming companies, but Netflix does have a good catalog of stuff. So, you know, they're going to do what they're going to do. Business is business.
Business is business, which is
Yeah.
scary because you're coming to a point now where it's like you're gonna pay a big amount of uh money that goes to subscriptions, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
That's
You know what I mean?
That's the line of business these days now,
And it's
man.
like, and it's like that everywhere. And it's like, oh man, how do I even keep up with my normal payments, let alone that? Do you know what I mean?
hmm
So
It's
that's
not
the
cheap,
crazy
man.
part. It's
Not
not,
cheap.
bro.
Say,
You think
think
about
about if you had, yeah, Netflix. Say if you had Disney Plus, we boycott them. But say if you had them. Say if you had Amazon. Say if you had Spotify. Say if you got a YouTube one. Like we're talking about nearly £100 already a month gone on TV subscriptions. And how often do you watch them? Like there's so much shit to watch. How often do you go through it? It's like almost having a cable channel. Remember back in days, and just keep flicking and keep flicking, keep flicking. Like it's just like. But hey, it's business, bro. Business is business.
mm, it's a tough one. Definitely a tough one. It's how you work it out and where you're gonna take it from there. So it is interesting that it's coming to that point, bro. It's quite scary to be honest. I'm
Yeah.
finding it a bit scary, definitely,
because
without a
because you
doubt.
know the price will never stay. Like you're talking about, it's always going to go up a couple of dollars every couple of years or whatever it is. So you know you're going to get to a point where you're like, fuck, like it's £50 a subscription, motherfucker. Like, you lose. Um, Listen, it's tough, but Netflix does give us movies. You know, we just talked about Extraction and Sifu, and all this sort of stuff. Like you're giving good content. So it just depends where you want to, like, what you want to see more, where you
What
get
you
more
want to see,
value
yeah.
out of. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I think Netflix still dominates the markets when it comes to that because they're not attached to a
100%.
studio like Disney Plus, like the Warner Brothers one, like HBO. They're attached to certain studios and content, whereas Netflix can branch out and create new content and all that sort of shit.
No, exactly. Agreed. Agreed, bro.
All
Definitely.
right. Moving
All
on,
right.
Street Fighter finds its director in Kitao Sakurai.
Mm.
The filmmaker, perhaps best known for writing, directing, and executive producing Eric Anders show, has been tapped into Street Fighter. I think he was also involved in the one that video game one with Anthony Mackie. Fuck, I'm going blank now,
Twisted
but
Metal or something?
Twisted Metal, that's the one. That's the
Yeah.
one. But he's looking to direct the Street Fighter movie, which is coming out March 2026. I mean, this is big though. Street Fighter movies, it's a sensitive one. You got to get Ryu and Ken and them lot right this time. I know the old Van Damme one was fine, and it's not one of those guilty pleasures, but
Yeah,
you've
yeah.
got to get this right. You've got to get this one right, in my opinion.
No, definitely. I'm super excited to see where they head with it. But yeah, get it right. Definitely get it right. Like there's so many variations of these projects, but the anime has always been the best one. So like how
Oh
do you get
yeah.
it to that level? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I think make it serious, and they can make it happen with animation. Just good storytelling and good character casting needs to be done.
Yeah.
Cool. How you looking for time, bro? I know it's 12 o'clock. You're gonna pick up little one.
Yeah, 12:30, so next 20 minutes.
All right. Well, let's go through the news at least before we get into
Yeah.
if we have time for things that we've watched. So, another piece of news: Oscar-winning Anthony Hopkins to star as Mike Tyson's legendary trainer Customado in boxing movie Cuss and Mike. If you look at the pictures, they look like it's a great casting and whatnot. This will be an interesting movie, bro. But I hope they dive into the psychological side of Customado's training with Mike Tyson. I don't need it to be like I mean, for my opinion, I don't need it
Mm.
to be about Mike's story. I've seen that, right? I want it to be about the psychological side of just kind of turning this guy into a machine, taking this guy from the streets and turning him into a machine. Because Customado done a whole lot of like what's the word, hypnotizing and just kind of really focusing on Mike Tyson's mind, right? For let alone the fight, because Mike Tyson, as a savage that he has, he openly admit that he was nervous and scared and whatnot. And when you look
Yeah,
at him back then when he was in his prime, he was a scary motherfucker. But he admitted that he was scared back then still. But he had this thing about his eyes, and Customado really was able to dig into his mind, bro. Man,
got
this is
his
what
mind.
martial arts
Yeah,
and fighting, they say fighting and martial arts and combat sports is like 90% mind because it's all,
yeah,
you're fighting yourself, honestly. Like it's
that's
those
right. Yeah,
demons. So I would love for them to kind of dive into that, and I hope they do a great job with this adaptation.
definitely, definitely. I'm sure it'd be good. I like. It's interesting to see where they're going to head with that. Definitely.
Cool. Big shock up, bro, with James Bond, man. James Bond shakes up. Amazon takes creative control of the franchise from Broccoli family in New Deal. So the studio will take the reign of the 60-year-old movie property, which while Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli will remain co-writers as they move, excuse me, to the sidelines as part of the joint venture transaction. So Amazon must have threw them some monies to get this franchise because this is one of the biggest franchise in cinema, I would say, right?
Must have been
Uh,
told them, look, take the monies and shut your mouth.
$11 billion ballad. Take this money.
Exactly.
Listen, man, James Bond is a very fun character, fun movie. Like we've known him from Sean Connery days, and he goes further back and whatnot. He's such an iconic character, especially like a British spy. All that sort of stuff. So I always appreciate a fun James Bond movie. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
do,
yeah,
I do. So
definitely.
I think like Henry Cavill will be an amazing James Bond, and maybe Amazon will just throw the money at these guys, and then throw the money at whoever to say, come on board, let's give the fans what they want. Because I feel like a Henry
Exactly.
Cavill will be a great James Bond.
Definitely. I think he deserves it, bro. My guy deserves it. Definitely. So no, make Henry, come on. Hook Henry up, man. Let's
Yeah.
do
Well,
this.
look, MGM Studios will gain creative control. So they literally sold those rights. I don't know the deal and then whatnot, but they literally sold those rights to them to have creative control. So we'll see what happens, man. What's to say? So James Bond franchise, while Wilson and Berkeley will remain co-writers, including the Fast Cat. Okay, no, but yeah. So big for James Bond. Let's see what we get. Let's see if they bring it out in cinema. Will they do spin-off TV shows on Amazon Prime? Will they do like casting? You know what I mean? Like don't rinse it. Give us, James Bond's great because they don't rinse it. It's every couple of years we get a James Bond movie, and it's always a big deal. So let's not use this opportunity to rinse the shit out of it and give us bare James Bond. Just keep it exclusive still.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I
we'll
think
wait and
that's
see.
important that they keep it exclusive. I think
Yeah.
when you start taking it to let's try something new, that's where I feel like they tend to mess up because they don't do. And here's us. We're both kind of marketers. Uh, I think what a lot of companies are doing, which is quite and big franchisee, is they've forgotten about their target audience. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Do you feel like they've forgotten their target audience? So it's like, how do you how do you make it better for the older fans and introduce it to new fans? They're not doing that no more. What they're doing now is just we want to introduce it to new fans as well, but forget the old fans. Let's not put no history to it or anything like that. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. Listen, bro, if it doesn't make dollars, then it doesn't make sense. And I think that's what they're thinking on the board with the shareholders and whatnot.
Yeah,
You see what I'm trying to say? Like, that's probably their
yeah,
perspective. So they're like, make the dollars. And that's where you start getting influenced by shit, these young people, TikTok, loads of views. We gotta make it towards diverse and equity and all this sort of stuff. you forget your old original fans. Then that has a problem on your storytelling. That has your problem on the character telling and all that sort of stuff. You're just like you lose us old fans because you're trying to get the new fans, and the new fans are the future. But we're still here too.
100%.
I still have money too. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
pay
yeah,
for
exactly.
cinema too. Like you know what I mean? Like you know, some of your young fans don't have the money to go cinema. Maybe some of them do, but what I'm saying is like, don't forget us. We're still alive too, so you
Mm.
know, we still can bring revenue. Yes, we got families and it's a bit harder and whatnot, but don't ruin a legacy of characters because you're trying to adapt them to new characters. Like if you want new people should appreciate who they are. If they don't, then it's not for them. Fuck them. They don't deserve to know who James Bond is or any of these exclusive characters, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, that's where it will definitely. It'd be interesting to see where they head to, bro. So I'm hoping they don't take the piss too much, basically.
Yeah.
We can only hope that they don't take the piss too much. Because then it just becomes like a really bad, worthless project, bro. And that's what
Mm.
I don't want that. I want it to have some love and creativity to it. I feel like uh that sort of IP deserves that. It's been there for so long. You're talking about that's like British spy history, bro. Why would you want to jeopardize messing that up? Because you alienate the original fans. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes perfect sense, man. Makes perfect sense. All right, well, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's finish up with the news, man, and then we'll call it there because I know you got to go pick up little one.
Yeah, yeah.
Sticking on Amazon MGM and Master of the Universe. First of all, we got a first view of Master of the Universe. My guy, what's his
Yes.
name? Nicholas Galenzin. But they have added Morena Barachain. I can't pronounce her name. The girl in Deadpool, Wolverine, in Deadpool. She will be playing Sorceress in
Okay.
this franchise. So this got big freaking cast, bro. This Master of the Universe has a huge cast from Jared Leto to I think what's his name's in it? Idris Elba's in it. Like it's a big cast. It's huge. So they're putting their stocks in this one, man. So we see how it goes, man. When
I
Amazon's
hope, but
behind it,
I've seen some of the images and it looks like it's based on Earth again. And like I
okay.
love the original Masters of the Universe, and that's, I don't think we needed to get another story on Earth. I thought they would have done it on Eternia. So I'm a bit weirded out by that, bro, to be honest.
See what they give
That's
us, I
just
guess,
me anyway.
man.
Huh?
Yeah. We'll have to wait and
Anyway,
see.
yeah, no, that's right. We'd have to wait and see where they go with that, definitely.
Yeah. What did I do? Sorry. Okay, cool. Quick one, David Spade and Theo Vaughn into star in a buddy comedy, Busboys. I'm a fan, obviously, David Spade from the Adam Sandler crew, hilarious. Theo Vaughn, I've become a fan of recently. Super funny comedian. He has his podcast and whatnot. He's super hilarious as well, man. I think you've seen some of the clips that have been shared in some of the WhatsApp groups. But these two are looking to study in a comedy movie. I don't know if it's going to be by Adam Sandler's whole Happy Gilmore Productions or whatever it's called.
Mm.
But should be a fun comedy movie. These guys are great, so I'm looking forward to that. Want to quickly give that a shout out. And then you got, oh yes, we spoke about this. The Wayans family is inducted into the NAACP Image Awards Hall of Fame. Our parents would be very, very happy. I mean, that's the quote from the Wayans brothers. I quickly researched what is the NAACP. This award, I'll had it here, man. What was it? The 56th NAACP Image Awards was an exceptionally display of Black creative humor and resilience. We honored advocates and the creatives for doing what they do best, uplifting Black people and telling Black stories. Now, these guys go down in history, man. I mean, the Damon Wayans speech was absolutely emotional, giving a lot of credit to Keenan Ivory Wayans, the older brother, right?
Yeah, yeah,
For his
yeah.
vision, for him to put like his storytelling, his vision, putting these comedy movies together. I think Keenan Ivory Wayans, Jim Carrey is even giving him credit for kind of bringing up Jim Carrey. Damon
Yep.
Wayans has been absolutely hilarious. Keenan and Ivory Wayans, just absolutely hilarious from Don't Be a Menace to scary movies to Blank Man and Wife and Kids and so much things that they've done, man. It's been absolutely amazing. Congratulations to them. I don't think there's any other family. I love their brotherhood, man. We're like reminds of us brothers, man. Just trying to do shit together. You know what I mean? And it's
And I think
nice to
that's the
see that.
important part, and it's nice to see that. Like
Yeah.
I love that. Uh, they always work together. They always praise each other, and it was that speech was inspiring. But Marlon had to drop in the no, 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 no. They just wore jeans straight over. No, no panties. Made me bust up. But he was like, like if you have a vision, you work on it together, something can happen. So it's how you take it from there. So, uh, good on them, man. Congratulations. It got me kind of emotional because I was like, you know what? It's a really nice story. Really nice story.
Yeah, I love
And
them dudes.
touching, man.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm trying to think of a family, other family that deserves it, but this absolutely beautiful family, man. I have to say, I just love that brotherhood between them guys, and
Exactly.
they're getting their sons involved. It's a true family. When I say business, their business. You know what I mean? They all got together in this
100%.
one creative art form. They're all talented. Their shows and their movies are all watchable and funny, and I love that brotherhood. We have that, with the brothers Geek Out. We've got Ash and us brothers and whatnot, and I love that family sort of dynamic, man, that they have.
It's important, bro. I think it's important. And I'm fully enjoying it. Uh, so if we can, it just again, it's growth and then keep pushing, keep pushing. I mean, we started this channel 3 years ago, like by itself. Was it 3 years ago? It's coming up to 3 years, but we were on
Three
that other
years,
channel
yeah.
for like 4 years or something,
Yeah,
you
so
know?
we're doing this for about eight
No, five
years, and the
years.
other 5 years. So we quit. Yeah, we had to stop the other channel because we realized we made a lot of mistakes, and
Yeah.
we weren't doing the right thing. And look at this, bro. Like we're nearly 1,000. Like we just constantly keep. When I say growing, we're learning, and as we learn, we grow better. Like we get
Yeah,
better.
yeah,
And
yeah.
considering again, we started the channel from scratch. Then we got shadow banned like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago or whatnot. So many obstacles that we've had to come through. But one thing that we done was we stayed consistent. We obviously, as brothers, we stayed connected. You just released the trailer for or the little what do you call it, the Brothers Geek Out trailer thing or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
It's I've been seeing bare love on it. People just giving us shout outs and whatnot. It's big, man. It's big, and you know Dad always wanted us brothers to collaborate, no matter what it was. You know what I mean? Just stay united.
100%. Yeah. Stay united, yeah.
So that's touching. Shout out to the Wayans family. I love them. I love them to bits, man.
Definitely, definitely. Big shout out to them.
Um, Cool. All right. Wu-Tang Clan and Mathematics announced a new album, Black Samson, the Bastard Swordsman. This is more than music. It's innovation, storytelling, and legacy all in one, said producer and Wu-Tang
Exactly.
Clan DJ Mathematics. Listen. Wu-Tang, listen, legendary hip hop group. They set a standard from back then, man, when they came out with that tune, Break Your Neck, right? When
Oh yeah,
first
100%.
tune had no chorus, all these dudes, this Hong Kong cinema, Chinese kung fu influence, just raw hip hop, man. And you had just I don't know how many, but just a bunch of alpha males, man. And I don't know how they made that work, man. But obviously they did, and I'm glad they did. And it was like kind of like revolutionary in the hip hop world and whatnot.
100%.
Um,
100%.
so and listen, sometimes I hear some of like Method Man's new stuff and whatnot. You're like, oh, this he's still got it, man. You know what I'm saying? So I hope they bring that rawness of the Wu-Tang back, with this. So big fan of them, man. So I'm looking forward to that.
I'm definitely looking forward to that, man. It's some good hip hop. Like, I mean, you know what? I do want to give a shout out to is Macklemore.
Yes.
Shout out to Macklemore because
Shout out to
he's
him.
making
Stands
me
up.
enjoy. He stands up, but he's making me enjoy uh, hip hop again because if you hear his album, bro, he speaks up about a lot of stuff. And not many artists do nowadays. And
Mm-hmm.
and how and how he supports the cause now. So shout out to Macklemore, man, and he's got some really good hip hop tracks. He's a really good storyteller, bro. So if you get the chance to
Yeah.
listen to his albums, some of them are the club beats and the rest of it, but some of his storytelling tracks are really good, bro. And you can see where
Mm.
he's getting his influence from. You know, Wu-Tang plays a big part of that as well. So
Yeah, and I'm
shouts
sure
to
Dead
him,
Prez,
man.
because I've been busting some Dead Prez recently, especially the old Get Free and Die Trying albums, and you just listen to those and you're like, man, this is what hip hop was all about, man. These storytelling, this using our platform, using our voice to send a message of this is how
Mm.
life is and sticking up for people and whatnot. And Macklemore's done that. Wu-Tang had their own variation, talking about streets back then. Dead Prez was super important. Immortal Techniques is still doing it. That's the type of hip hop that I'm always gonna love and enjoy, man. I'm gonna go back to. So no, I agree. Like, you know, I don't know. Hip hop these days is just not for me, basically.
No, 100%,
Um,
100%.
all right. Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid. It's quick finishing off some really quick video game stuff. So Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater releases, which is a new reboot for PS5. Amazing graphics and all that sort of stuff.
Hmm.
That last one came out in can't remember when it came out, but PS3. Anyway, it's confirmed. The release date was confirmed during Sony's State of Play 2025 broadcast alongside a new trailer. August 28th, 2025 release date leaked. So it looks like it was leaked on the PlayStation Store. If you listen, man, I love the Metal Gear. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Snake Solid is one of my favorite characters. I love the video game franchise. My only problem is I don't have the patience anymore and the time anymore to play those games. And that's a
Mm.
very time-consuming game because it's all about stealth and all that sort of stuff, right? I'm more into like, going there and killing God of War style, Wukong style, like no stealth and shit. Because I don't have the time for stealth anymore. So listen, it looks amazing. I might get my hands on it. I don't know, but just FYI, guys, it's coming out um, August 28th if you want to get into it.
Soon,
Um,
yes.
yeah, not too long. Another thing was Sony has confirmed that starting of January 2026, it will no longer be focusing on offering PS4 games as a key benefit of the service of both the monthly fees PS Plus games and the games added to the game catalog through the PS Plus Extra. So, slowly moving away from PS4, slowly getting back, probably even getting into PS6, PS5 is the
Mm.
console right now. This is what they do, right? You have to evolve with the times and they need to make their monies too and they
100%.
need to
They need to
push
make the
people to
monies, bro.
PS5. So that's happening. Lastly, on this part, Superman creators estate sues DC and Warner Brothers over foreign copyrights ahead of James Gunn's reboot. So the estate of Superman co-creator Joe Shuster sued DC
Schuster, yeah.
Comics, sued DB Comics and Warner Brothers on Friday, which a couple of weeks ago, seeking to invalidate the company's copyrights in several foreign markets. The suit revives a long-running dispute that was last addressed on the Circuit Court of Appeal in 2023. The court rejected Soster's estate attempt to cancel the Superman copyright, finding that Soster sisters had signed away his termination right after his death in 1992. So yeah, so a lot of back and forth there, man. In the new case, the estate attorney Matt Tabaroff asserts claims under copyright laws in the UK, Canada, Ireland, and Australia. The suit comes
Hmm.
from months before Warner Brothers Discovery would release Superman this summer, relaunching the valuable franchise and starting a panel cinema universe in DC's character. So I don't look. I'm not familiar with. So I'm not really familiar with the co-creators Joe Shuster. But I mean, if it's a creator, man, it's a shame when sometimes I don't know. Maybe mistakes happen, things get signed off and their creation is just getting exploited or they just don't get the credit for it. So I don't know. I mean, I hope
They'll
justice
always
is
get the
being
credit
served
for it,
with
but it's that they just don't get
the
they don't
finance.
get them they get the monies, yeah, the monies. The most important part, they don't get everything. DC still owns such a big portion of that character. Warner Brothers
Mm,
own them, you know what I
mm.
mean? So that's where the difficult part lays. It's like these characters, when these characters were sold, they were sold for like $100, bro, back then.
It's a shame.
Who
It's a
knew
shame.
about how big? Did they even know how big the character was going to be? No,
Yeah.
they just did it because they wanted to put the character out there. Uh, and and as you know, big companies just take the piss.
Man, well, hope justice is being served wherever it is. All right, just finishing up, bro. Just finishing off. HBO's Last of Us season 2 will be released on April 13th. Season 1 was awesome. If you're looking for look for season 2. Not too far away. April 13th coming out on HBO. And then lastly, Alice in Borderland season 3 is coming out in September. Me and Ash, big fans of it. It was actually really awesome. I believe it was more of a Japanese survival
Hmm.
drama show coming out September 25th. So I'm actually really looking forward to that one too. So that should be awesome. All right, cool. I know you're stuck for time, so we won't go into stuff that we've watched. Maybe we could talk about that next time or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
But that was all the news. You know, there was a lot to talk about because we ain't spoke in a couple of weeks. I have to go clean the garden. Freaking cats are shitting in my garden, man. Every week I come out to another pile of cat shit. I was gonna clean one today. I walked out in the morning. I saw another one. Fucking hell, man. I don't even have a cat, and it's shitting all up in my garden. It's very annoying and butters. So that's what I'm doing for the rest of the afternoon.
All right, bro. Enjoy cleaning the cat shit, bros. Listen, as always, guys, massive, massive thank you for the support on the channel. I've noticed the massive influx we've had in the past month with what we're doing here on YouTube, and we can't thank you guys enough. But there is still about 70% of you that have not subscribed. So if you guys like the content, come on, man, show us some love. Like, share, subscribe, guys. Uh, Follow us on our social media, which will be all linked below. We've got merch as well, guys. We got some merch. I've got a video of some customers that bought our products. We're going to put them together. I'm going to make a little video for YouTube. Uh, but we've got merch. And then, guys, support Palestine, Gaza right now in the link below. And I'm going to put up links for Sudan and Congo as well, guys. All right. So, massive, massive thank you as always. And we'll catch you guys up on the next episode. Peace.
Peace.